Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about stop letting your boyfriends who cannot pass a background check deliver food. Woman issues PSA after UberEats DoorDash drivers don't match their driver profiles. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that get wrongfully deactivated, and there are a lot of people who want to deliver for apps like Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub to make extra money, but they can't because they have a pretty questionable background check. And whether it's justifiable or not is not the question. The question is, why do these people have their girlfriends sign up for apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats and let them use their accounts? That doesn't even make sense. But that's a great way to get put on some kind of list. So with that said, I want to go over everything being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub drivers who are trying to skirt the system, as well as the legitimate ones, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. The rise of the digital and gig economy has allowed businesses like Uber Eats and DoorDash to boom, but it comes at a cost, with drivers eating delivery orders to peeing in people's backyards. There's a reason why customers want these workers to be more thoroughly vetted. Well, I could tell you for one thing that the large majority of drivers don't eat other people's delivery orders and don't pee in people's backyards. So the fact of the matter is that these small situations get blown up on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, and people end up making a stink about it. And for good reason. It's not like these people deserve to have their backyards peed in or their food eaten. Not necessarily. But that being said, that doesn't extenuate the large majority of drivers. But for those of you who do end up doing that, you're the reason why these articles get written the way they do in the first place. While various apps have become more stringent about vetting potential drivers, according to TikTok creator Llzklifestyle at Llzklifestyle, these vetting procedures don't go far enough. I'm going to leave her TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. But you know what? I do want to hear what you guys think. How thorough is the background check system for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub? Really. For these apps, Checker is pretty much the large majority of the gig apps background check system. Yardstick is another one, but that's not necessarily a great one either. In a video which has amassed 56,900 views, the TikToker describes a new epidemic of people letting their boyfriends sign up for DoorDash or Uber Eats under their name. The things you do for content, huh? I will say this actually goes a little bit further beyond that. Like, there are a lot of people that rent out their accounts, and even more people on top of that, to other family members that just happen to be related to them. But girlfriends doing that for their boyfriends, I mean, it's not totally unheard of.
And so when you're a person who only gives like directions to get to your apartment to women, and you open the door for Ebony and Ebony actually happens to be Steve, y'all have got to stop letting your boyfriends who cannot pass a background check deliver food to people's apartments or pick people up for Uber.
Okay, I will say picking up people for Uber, that's a lot more serious than that of somebody delivering somebody else's food. Yes, it's not right either way, but you're getting in a stranger's vehicle. If you see a person that's not Ebony driving the car, you gotta run, man. I'm not getting in a car with somebody who wants to pretend he's somebody he's not. I'm just not doing it. Creator also captions the video by addressing these companies directly. Uber, Uber Eats, Lyft, DoorDash care to comment, and y'all letting this happen, there's a reason he can't pass a background check. My question is, how do you know? How do you know this person wasn't just wrongfully deactivated for something? You see, this is somebody who probably doesn't know a lot about the gig economy, who has a good point, don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting her point, but has a lot to say on a subject she doesn't really know enough about. That's just from what I could see from the outside. Viewers of the video couldn't agree more with the TikToker's sentiments, and several commenters shared stories of how unexpected drivers crossed the line with them. I feel like this is gonna get really spicy. One asked for my number through the app. You see, that's my point. Let's say Ebony did have him do the delivery for her on her account, and then you're gonna go hitting on other women? Like, that's just messed up. I've had this happen too many times, another added. You can report it to Uber that it was not the correct person. I don't know what happens after someone else suggested. They could get deactivated for that. I would be careful with saying something like that though, because if somebody says, oh, he's not the right person, then you can end up getting really messed up in the long term, and that could be fraud on your end. Recently, a TikTok recounting one woman's experience of being locked in a car by her Uber driver before he made advances on her went viral, so these safety concerns for customers are far from unfounded. You see, that's my point. I wouldn't get in a car with somebody who wasn't the driver they said they were, because that's frightening. How do you get away with something like that? I don't know. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I'm not gonna lie. This person has a very good point that people who aren't supposed to be on the platform shouldn't be using your account. But at the same time, does it justify the wrongful deactivations on the end of Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub? Absolutely not. Does that mean you should try to get back onto those platforms? No. Like, I get it. It sucks when you get wrongfully deactivated. Believe me. It sucks. But if they were willing to treat you like that to get you off the platform, why do you feel a need to hop back on it? Sure, the competition between Doordash and UberEats is very vastly different, with Doordash having 65% in the marketplace and Uber having like 20%, 30%, something like that between it and Postmates. But nevertheless, that's why I keep saying diversify your gig portfolio. Treat the gig economy like an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not the goal. So that way you don't have to resort to tactics like letting your girlfriend open up her account under her name so that way her boyfriend can hop on it. And also, what if your girlfriend actually wants to deliver on Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub? You're gonna ruin her account for the sake of your own opinions? Oh, but what about those people who deliver as a couple, like Ebony and Steve driving together? That's a different conversation. That's not what's being described here. That being said, Ebony could have been in the car while Steve was delivering the food. That could have 100% have been the case. But in my opinion, if you're gonna do that, have one person drive, being boyfriend, and the person who's actually owner of the profile deliver the food itself, being the girlfriend, Ebony. So that way, you're protecting yourself in the long term. Either way, though, don't get in a car with somebody if they're not the right person. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.